Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Don't let the 14 below number on that sign worry you. That's Celsius. And while the 7 above isn't the exact temp, the current measurement is above zero.
One of the most noticeable differences between last night at this time and tonight at this time is the pace at which people are walking outside. There's less urgency in their step.
And maybe the best part of it all is that temps, although around the zero mark right now, should soar tomorrow.
We'll let Hutch explain how soon it should begin. Hutch?
A lot of good news in the forecast after we enjoyed a lovely setting sun today with our temperatures reaching those values above zero for a change. Now, as we head into the overnight hours, there's a few clouds drifting through Minnesota, but by and large, it's extremely quiet, although we do have a south wind. Temperatures out to the west are in the 30s, and that air is making its way into the valley. One concern tonight will be the gusty south winds, 10 to 25 miles per hour. As we go through the overnight hours, we'll continue to keep that snow flowing over road surfaces. That means slippery roads for your morning commute. By the way, temperatures almost steady all night long. We might even have some teens out west to start your Wednesday morning. Still a little wind chilly out there. It looks like a windy warm-up in store for our Wednesday, but I'll have all the hour-by-hour details on just how high the thermometer goes as we close out our work week here in just a few moments.
Sounds great to have you talking like that. Thank you.
Indeed.
Make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so you can keep up with all those warm-ups going on anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so you can plan your day. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free. A major cleanup effort after a semi-crash causing heavy damage to a bridge and a diesel canola oil spill in Trail County, North Dakota. It happened on I-29 south of Hillsboro last night. The State Patrol says the semi was southbound when the driver lost control and struck a bridge guardrail, tearing off most of the railing's west edge. The impact tore off the truck's fuel tanks, spilling an estimated 100 to 150 gallons of diesel, some of which poured onto the ice-covered Elm River. The driver was taken to the hospital to be checked over. He had minor injuries.
Our frigid weather is also wreaking havoc on local businesses. Firefighters were called out to a West Fargo hotel, a hotel, by the way, that's out about $20,000 after a water main break. The call came in just after 5 this evening to the Microtel Inn. Crews found water coming through the ceiling and believe a sprinkler head right by the door broke due to these extremely cold temps.
This type of weather, you know, you get a door that gets stuck open and you get negative 20-degree air that flows up a stairwell and it trips a sprinkler head and breaks the pipe, and then we have a big mess. So.
The lobby was flooded as a result, damaging furniture, computers, the front desk of the hotel as well.
Authorities in Cass County, Minnesota are investigating after a juvenile female was found dead. The girl's body was discovered early Friday morning in the city of Cass Lake. Now, officials have not released much information, but says that no threat to the public safety is in relation to this incident, and they're waiting for final autopsy results.
A North Dakota man is in critical condition at a Fargo hospital, after he was found lying on a road in below zero temperatures early this morning. The Richland County Sheriff's Office was called out just after 8 a.m. to a county road about 6 miles west of Colfax on a report of a man with extreme hypothermia. They say 51-year-old Daniel Hoverland of Walcott was found by family members and appeared to have walked almost 6 miles away from his vehicle that was stuck in a ditch. The National Weather Service reports that air temperatures in the southern Red River Valley were around -15 at the time he was found, with a wind chill around -30.
Fargo police are asking for your help identifying the man and woman in these photos. The man was driving a red Ram pickup and the female passenger was wearing a Bison sweatshirt. Police there suspected of using stolen credit cards and were possibly involved in stealing a vehicle. If you have information on those two, call police investigations at 701-241-1405.
Many frustrated parents say they were left with unanswered questions after members of the Norman County West School Board voted for a tuition agreement that will lead to the closing of the high school. NCW high school students will now move into the Ada Borup School District, 18 miles away. In the agreement, Ada Borup will get $625,000, which many community members say they hoped would be used to save NCW.
Essentially, in the tuition agreement, it's saying that Norman County West students will be educated at Ada Borup, and along with them comes some of the funding that they receive as students. Now, Norman County West would retain some of that money so they can continue to fund their elementary, and then the rest will then move towards Ada Borup so that they can utilize those funds to pay staff and educate the students.
We're told 12 teachers, in addition to other paraprofessionals at Norman County West High, will receive severance pay when the school closes. They'll be granted an interview to work for Ada Borup as well. The town's taxes will rise in order to pay for that.
Overpayments and high error rates. An audit finding multiple programs within the North Dakota Department of Human Services not meeting federal standards. Among the findings, the state auditor's office projecting more than $5.5 million in overpayments to child care providers. There are also 61 different issues in programs run by the Department of Human Services. Chris Jones, the director of the Department of Human Services, says that 70% of the compliance issues have already been dealt with and the remaining are currently being fixed. He adds that the known error of payments totaled to $648,000 of the department's $3.6 billion budget.
So when you look at an error rate across the entire agency of that small of a percentage, it isn't as great as what you would think that it would be.
Jones added that the known error of payments totaled to $648,000 of the department's $3.6 billion budget.
The doctor accused of sexually abusing some of the nation's most elite young gymnasts returned to a Michigan courtroom.
During a 4-day sentencing hearing, his victims are bravely telling their stories. We want to warn you, some of these stories have graphic details. Kenneth Craig reports from New York.
Larry Nasser hid his face and trembled as witnesses stepped forward with wrenching descriptions of sexual abuse.
I must ask you this. Are you remorseful for your actions?
Gymnast Alexis Moore was 9 when she first saw the Michigan sports doctor for a broken pelvis. She says he abused her with her parents in the room.
He betrayed my trust, took advantage of my youth, and sexually abused me hundreds of times.
Nasser's accusers include Olympic gymnasts Allie Raceman and Simone Biles. He has pleaded guilty to molesting 7 women, but dozens more will speak during the 4-day sentencing. Kyle Stevens was a family friend.
Without my knowledge or consent, I had engaged in my first sexual experience by kindergarten. You convinced my parents that you didn't pull my feet into your lap, unzip your pants, and rub your erect penis against my bare skin.
The abuse shattered her family. Kyle's father killed himself in 2016. Donna Markham sobbed, describing her daughter's suicide.
She took her own life because she couldn't deal with the pain anymore.
Danielle Moore says she's been stuck in darkness since her abuse.
The pain of the abuse continues to make me feel broken, insecure, fearful, and overall worthless.
Perhaps you have figured it out by now, but little girls don't stay little forever. They grow into strong women that return to destroy your world.
Prosecutors are hoping to put him away for the rest of his life. Kenneth Craig, CBS News.
Nasser has already been sentenced to 60 years in prison for possessing child pornography. For the abuse charges, prosecutors are asking for at least 40 more.
Kids and the elderly have been early targets in this year's bout with the flu. Later on Valley News Live at 10, why others who are considered to be healthy could be next in line.
Up next, what the Golden Arches is doing to go green.